Hi, my name is Cassidy Dyer, and this is my adolescence video. At age 10, I cheered for the Little Bison football team, and I was in 5th grade. Physically, I was skinny, and I always have been. I was so little that I was always the flyer on my team. Socially, my friends were all on my cheerleading team, except for my best friend Kaylee, who was a dancer. I had abandonment issues my 5th grade year because at cheer camp, my mom was late to picking me up because we got out of camp early, and so every day that year I would cry when she dropped me off at school, and I didn't want to go to school, and I was always afraid that if we got out of school early before time, then nobody would be there to come and get me. During the stage, I'm in PJ's concrete operational stage. At age 12, I started my period, and I had an idea of what it was about and what to do because one of my friends had started hers when I was with her, and I still had to ask my sister, where the stuff was, pads and stuff, and what I was supposed to do because my mom wasn't home when it happened, and she didn't really teach me ahead of time. Physically, I hit my growth spurt and I started to grow boobs, but I still remain skinny. I've always been tall. For my age, I've usually been the tallest one in my class. At this time, I moved up to competitive cheer instead of the Little Bison cheer, and now I was a lot more active and practicing a lot more, and we had a competition about every weekend once it got to competition season. And I used to get stressed out about practice because I wasn't one of the strongest girls on my team with my tumbling abilities, and so I always got nervous to go to practice because I wasn't very good at some of the flips that we had to do, and then I was afraid my coaches would yell at me. And so socially, I felt popular because my best friends were all cheerleaders, and I was in middle school, and it was my 6th grade year, and so I felt pretty special to be at elementary school and in middle school. At this stage, I'm in PJ's formal operations stage. At age 14, I started to feel like a woman because I had gotten my braces off for good, and my mom was letting me go and dye my hair, which socially made me feel very cool. And now I had moved up from cheering competitive cheerleading for a gym to cheering for my middle school, where all my friends and everyone that I went to school with and my peers could see me. I wanted to show that I was good at cheerleading, but still I wasn't very strong with the tumbling aspect, and so I would still get nervous before pep rallies and games and stuff. My cheerleading team was a very good team. I didn't make it my first time I tried out, but I made it my 8th grade year. We always went to state and went to competitions, and we always won state. Physically, I was building more arm muscles because I was no longer a flyer. I had moved up to being a base and back spotting because I was so tall, and there were girls on my team that were smaller than me, so they got to be the flyers. My 8th grade year, I finished growing. I haven't grown since. I've been 5 feet 8 inches ever since then. Socially, I become a little bit more shy because I didn't feel like I was good friends with the girls on my team. And so I began to keep to myself and not talk very much except to my few close friends. Cognitively, I started to make myself think I wasn't as good as the other girls my age because I never had a boyfriend, and all the other girls have boyfriends and just boys all around them all the time. At this stage, I'm in PJ's formal operational stage. At age 16, I had just gotten out of my first relationship. The day before my birthday, we actually broke up, and I was so excited to get my driver's license. I got it 9 o'clock on my birthday. A month later, I met a guy named Anthony, and I knew that he was the one for me. I could tell by the first time we met. Physically, I had filled out all over. My butt, thighs, boobs, and face had all gained weight from working out for volleyball. We would work out every afternoon, Monday through Thursday after school. And so that was really building up a lot of muscle. And that's where I gained the figure that I have today. Cognitively, I was being challenged in school because I transferred from Station Camp to Hendersonville High School, which is a pretty big jump. Education is a lot more advanced, and it's a lot harder at Hendersonville than it was at Station Camp. The material's just a lot more difficult at Hendersonville, and I began to take more honors classes because I started to care more about my future. I was pretty much antisocial at this point because I didn't really have any friends, and the friends that I came to Hendersonville with from Station Camp, they were on the dance and cheerleading team, and they had all those friends, and so we just kind of grew apart, and I didn't really have the social skills to make new friends. I was not outgoing or talkative at all at this stage of my life. This was kind of the pit of my life, I guess, because I didn't really have friends, and I just kind of felt lonely all the time, except for my boyfriend Anthony. He's been my best friend, and he's the person that I just love to hang out with all day, every day. I was kind of embarrassed of myself too because I wasn't outgoing and fun like everybody else. I'm in the formal operational stage, and high school was one of the hardest times for me socially and cognitively. At age 18, I reached my favorite time in my life, and I'm finally an adult, so I don't have a curfew, and I don't have to ask my parents if I can do anything, which I've been looking forward to for a long time because my boyfriend, he's a year and 5 months older than me, and so he was able to stay out, go wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted, and I didn't get to do that because I had a curfew and I was only 17. Anthony and I have been together for 2 years now, and we just recently got engaged in October on my first cruise. Physically, at this stage of my life, I love my body and the curves and muscles I have developed. Socially, I don't worry about keeping up with my old friends because they have gone off to college and they don't reach out to me, so I'm not going to worry about reaching out to them. I have learned to talk outside of school, and I love to strike up a conversation with somebody in the grocery store or just somebody I see on the side of the street. I like to talk to people a lot more now. And I love college a lot more than high school. It's definitely my cup of tea. And I'm in PJ's formal operational stage. Cognitively, I have learned to love myself and be content with life. I enjoy being challenged and learning new things. And I'm just really happy with the way that my life has turned out. And I'm looking forward to the future of things and going on and getting my business management degree and following my dreams to owning my own bridal salon. And that's the end of my adolescence video. Thank you.